Hi guys, it's Machaela, and today I just wanted to go ahead and give everybody an update on Marty's brain injury and how he's doing. It's been a while since I've done really an update. Things have just been kind of a little bit more low-key around here, nothing too crazy, but I figured it's time as we do have some changes coming up. I've got some notes right here, but just starting off with, he is working on driving. He's doing really good with driving. His therapies are going well. He is still in his rehab facility, or he's doing it via telehealth, but he's doing really good. He does have a modified driving test coming up, and really what that is doing is just saying that yes, he can drive. I mean, his license was never taken away, but it's just kind of letting the rehab know and the DMV know that, he is good to drive, he is fine, he's doing okay. We have been advised to let him practice driving. I mean, he's not doing it with the kids yet or anything like that, but when it's just me and him, or if it's like my parents and him or something like that, I am letting him drive. He is planning on going back to work soon. That is the hope. That is the plan. We have been told by his rehab facility that they do plan on getting him back to work, which is a huge milestone. We are excited. We're both nervous. I have to say we have our apprehensions because he now has this injury that he has to live with, and it's gonna be hard with this. I mean, we're confident that he's gonna do good. We're hoping he's going to do good. We're praying that he's going to do good. I mean, a lot of it's just going to be getting into the swing of things because we've been out of the swing of things for, at this point, 9 months. About 9 months now. So he's doing that. That's the next step. Driving and then back to work. And that's all going to take place kind of together. I mean, a few weeks apart, but kind of together at the same time. The only thing is he does complain about fatigue. But I also relate that to he does stay up all night, and he stays up late at night. He helps me out with the girls, so I think we're just gonna have to adjust to getting him to bed earlier and getting him used to getting up earlier and just going earlier. A little bit of a deficit that he has is he's crazy honest. No, it's not necessarily a deficit, but it's one of those things that, whereas those of us without brain injuries, we can kind of filter what to say and what not to say. But with him, it's like, he has to be honest about everything, whether it's something he's watching on TV or it's whatever he does, really, thoughts that go through his head, things that you and I would probably filter out what not to say, whereas he is still learning that. I mean, and that's one of those things that it's just going to take time to heal. It's just going to take a little bit more time, a little bit more effort, and that's okay. It's not anything that I'm personally crazy worried about. It's just learning that, okay, yes, we need to be truthful. Yes, we need to be honest. But do we have to say everything that comes to our minds? And that's kind of the question. And I mean, it's getting worked on. It's doing good. It's getting worked on. And honestly, that's, for the most part, is kind of the big things. I mean, there is some stuff there. There's something about him that, and I can't put my finger on it. I've been trying to put my finger on it, but it feels like there's something missing in, like, his personality almost. It's missing him. It's like I'm missing a part of him that I used to have that I can't get back, and I don't know if it will ever come back. That's been really hard on me, because he acts fine. He looks fine. If you didn't know him, you wouldn't know that he has an injury. It's like I'm missing, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's like I'm missing a piece of him that was so near and dear to my heart, and that was kind of special to me personally as his wife, that I can't get back. And I mean, maybe it's the fact that he was always a leader by nature and now he's having to work up to being that person again. Or maybe it's some of the deficits that we're not aware of. I mean, he's got deficits that he's not aware of. He has deficits that I'm not aware of. I'll sit there and be going along, expecting him to do things like normal, and there are things that are just not quite there yet. It's nothing per se that's bad. It's just a little bit more like, it's like, I just can't quite, it's like you'd expect him to just do it by nature and he's not. You'd expect him to lead by nature. You'd expect him to problem solve by nature, whereas with him, it takes a little bit more effort. It takes a little bit more of a conscious thought of, okay, here's a problem, how do I solve it? And that's something we're working on him with, recognizing the problem. I mean, and it could just be little things like, where do the dishes go? Which, honestly, who knows where the dishes go half the time? Or, you're at a crossroads and you're like, okay, which path is the path of least resistance? And I'm not saying that in like a huge metaphorical kind of way. I'm just saying that, like, what's the easiest place? Like, if you're trying to get from point A to point B, but you're coming in on to a crossroads at point C, what is the easiest way to get to point B, going A or C? So it's kind of like, what's the path of least resistance to get to my destination? I hope that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. It might not make sense, but I'm talking about just like the kind of like little problem solving things that we do every day. I mean, and it's the stuff that we don't think about that with him, it just takes a little bit more effort on. But in the long run, I do think that's going to get better. I do think that's going to really, it'll get better. It's just going to take time. It's just going to take some learning. It's going to take some work. I mean, really, when it comes to this kind of stuff, when it comes to healing from brain injury, at least from our experience, you get it out of it what you put into it. He was putting in the work. He's putting in the effort. I'm proud of him. I really am. I mean, we went from a point to the doctor saying he's not going to make it to, okay, he's not going to be more than a vegetable, to, hey, now he's going back to work soon. And I mean, please pray for my family. Pray for us. We've got a lot of unknowns going on. We don't know how it's going to look. I'm nervous. He's nervous. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, because there's expectations that need to be met, but at the same time, I'm kind of scared that they're not going to be met to the expectation. Again, it's going to take work. It's going to take trial. It's going to take error. But we're both nervous because we got used to having him home. I mean, I got used to having him home helping me with the girls, and I'm going to go back to it just being me with both girls by myself again, which that's always been the plan. It's just we took a major detour. But just, if you guys could just please pray for our family as we go into all of these unknowns and what that looks like. And I just pray that when he gets back to work, the adjustment goes well. When he gets back to driving just like normal again, that the adjustment to that goes well. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that has gone on over these last 8 months, and it's really, really hard stuff to have to go through. So really, I'm on here, I want to update you guys, but I'm asking you guys for prayer, and just pray for our family as we navigate what normal life looks like again, with these added, I don't want to call them deficits, but with these added, I guess challenges would be the best words, with these added challenges as we go forward. I mean, and not just with the stuff coming up here in the next few months, but with just life, it's hard because what happened here, this is a life-changing injury. It's not just, okay, it's not like a broken bone where, okay, you're down for a couple months, but you're back up and you're fine, a little bit of rehab. It's one of those things where this is a challenge that not just he will forever have to face, but that I will forever have to face. And things that we're just going to have to work through. I mean, you never stop healing from brain injury. It's a constant healing process. So I really just ask for the prayer and the support. And again, thank you for everyone who's been showing it to us this whole time. You have no idea how much you mean to my family. But this is life-changing thing. It's not going to just go away. It's going to be a forever till the end of life sort of deal, and as hard as that is to accept, and I mean, I have a hard time with it all the time, I pray that our normal going forward can run as smoothly as possible, and that work can run, work, he can get back into the swing of things without too many issues, in driving, and just everything else, both said, unsaid, known, unknown. I mean, there's so many unknowns right now, and that has, I'm nervous. I really am. But you know what? At the end of the day, God's got us. I don't believe that God brought him back from the dead just to leave us on the sidewalk. I believe that God's got a bigger plan for this. I believe that God's got us. I know God's got us. I've seen miracles. I've seen things that, that would be considered impossible by human standards. So, you know what? God's got us. He's been with us this whole time, and just all I can ask is that you just continue to pray for my family. Thank you for your prayers, your love, your support, everything you've done for us this whole time, and I want to ask for your continuation of that. Thank you for watching this video. It's definitely something on my heart to make, and yes, I did get permission from Marty. I went over the video, everything I wanted to put in here beforehand, so he gave me full permission to disclose everything that I did disclose to you guys. So thank you for watching. Subscribe, support this channel, and I will see you in the next video. God bless, and bye guys.